Hi there, my name is Blake Wilson and I'm doing the introduction to strength and conditioning. I'm going to hop right into it here as doing the introduction topic of it. We're going to dive into the fundamentals of strength and conditioning, and it is a crucial aspect of fitness as a whole. Strength and conditioning is essentially it's a holistic approach to enhancing athletic performance for oneself, focusing on strength, power, endurance, and flexibility all at once. And really what it comes down to at its core is it combines resistance training with cardiovascular exercise to optimize physical abilities. So if you're an athlete, or if you're just someone that's not playing any sports, but one that is currently staying athletic and just wanting to take care of your overall health and well-being, strength and conditioning and understanding the aspects of it and practicing it the right way on a daily regimen or a weekly regimen is everything. And to kind of dive into it, firstly, we want to talk about strength and conditioning. It comes down to not just about lifting heavy weights, but it's about building a solid foundation of muscle to support your overall health, based on compound movements such as squats, deadlifts, and those let alone, also you have the bench press. Those three let alone target multiple muscle groups all at the same time. And that is what functional strength is built off of. And I got that information as well from a journal article called Strength and Conditioning, Biological Principles and Practical Applications by Robert Newman. And my sources I will have in my script with the permalink at the very bottom. And understanding muscle physiology is very important. Muscles adapt to stress, and strength and conditioning induces micro tears in the muscle fibers, promoting growth. And that happens during recovery, and that's where you start to see those the progress and the new PRs. And the adaptation is the essence of strength development and training. And it's not all about pumping iron or getting big. Conditioning plays a vital role too with strength and conditioning. Cardiovascular exercises such as running or cycling promote a healthy heart and efficient oxygen utilization. A well-rounded program where you are lifting, you are running, you are cycling, you are strength training, it balances it out, and it overall is really good for you to make sure you have that good balance and not an imbalance. And where I kind of found that information is from another journal article, a scholarly source called Essentials of Strength Training and Conditioning by Roger Earle. So overall, strength and conditioning is more than just a workout routine. It's a science-driven approach to unlocking your body's potential. And that it doesn't matter if you're an athlete or if you're a fitness influencer or enthusiast, mastering these basics lays the foundation to a healthier, stronger you. Thank you. Have a good one.
My name is Reagan. I'll be talking about the differences between strength training and conditioning training. Strength training is where you do any physical movement using weights or body weight to build muscle. The goal of strength training is to build muscle mass by putting your muscles under tension. With repetition, your muscles will grow stronger and decrease your overall body fat percentage. With repetition, conditioning training can also involve various types of training such as strength, endurance, flexibility, power, and speed training. Some examples of these exercises are box jumps, burpees, lunges, mountain climbers, and strength training is when the body is exerting force. However, during conditioning, the body's training cardiovascular functions. Conditioning is cardio or any resistance training that raises heart rate and overall improves your stamina over time. A huge difference between conditioning and strength training is that conditioning specifically strengthens the cardiovascular and respiratory system. I found my information from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Training.
Hi, my name is Callista, and I'm going over the principles of strength and conditioning. Those two principles would be variation and individualization. Variation is just mixing up your exercise routine to further build endurance and make more progress. If you continue to do the same exercises every single day and never change up your routine, then your body just gets used to sort of doing the same thing and you can't make any progress in your strength. An example of this would be changing up variations of a deadlift or adding more reps to your normal exercise routines. Individualization is to tailor an approach to your strength and training based off of your own personal needs. So you must know your body's strengths, weaknesses, because what works for one person may not work for another. And this can also prevent injury from happening. So an example of this would be to adjust training according to age, gender, rate of progress, and skill development. So my research was from the 18th International Conference of Physical Conditioning of Athletes, and it just talks about players in top-level sports teams do not all go through the same strength and conditioning training, even though they all practice together, because each and every body is different. And they also take factors such as gender, age, body structure, injury history, training history, mental profile, lifestyle, positional differences in sport, current state of fitness, and genetic predisposition into consideration when it comes to these training programs.
Hi there, my name is Iwani Abudavong, and I will be presenting the nutrition side of the strength and conditioning aspects. So nutrition plays a big role in strength and conditioning. When I'm looking at strength conditioning, I'm referring to aerobic exercises versus anaerobic exercises. Nutrition plays a big part in both of those factors though. The main importance of nutrition would be the macronutrients and the micronutrients. Both are important whether someone is exercising or isn't exercising. It's important for those macronutrients and micronutrients to be supplied into the body to maintain a good level of homeostasis. But when you're referring to an aerobic exercise or an anaerobic exercise, the macronutrients numbers will have to vary in order according to what that person's goal is going to be. Okay, so for example, according to eatright.org, in an article called 4 Keys to Strength Building and Muscle Mass, they're going to be talking about the main macronutrients, which is protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Excuse me. So it says, for example, protein should make up to 10 to 35% of the total calories for adults. While you're working to build muscles with physical activities, your needs may need to be higher end of this range. So for anaerobic exercises, this would be considered as weightlifting or anything sort of like that. You're basically wanting to build muscle or maintain muscle. But in order to do that, your muscles need a higher demand of protein in order for it to constantly be able to rebuild your muscles. So your protein intake would have to be a little bit higher. But in similarity to anaerobic and aerobic exercises, the carbohydrates would still also need to be high, because it also states that carbs are partially converted to glycogen, which is a form of energy stored in the muscles. This energy helps to power your workouts. Both aerobic and anaerobic exercises are pretty high intense, and so the need for energy would need to be higher as well. This energy will be coming from the carbohydrates, because carbohydrates are easier to burn faster than protein. Protein is slowly processed in the body, and so in order for the body to have this quick release of energy, it would need to be coming from the carbohydrates, which is why the demands for carbohydrates is higher than the other ones. And lastly, when we're talking about fats are equally just as important as the carbohydrates and proteins, but it isn't needed as high in demand. The rest of the carbohydrates that isn't being expended from your workouts or from the body is going to be converted into fats in the adipose tissues, and this fats can be stored for later energy that the body can use if they run out of carbohydrates. But having too much of this fat is not good, because it can build up, and then it can also make your body be more fatigued if it's from bad fats. So there's such things as good fats and bad fats.
Hey, I'm Kiara Jenkins, and I'm going to be talking about the benefits of strength and conditioning. So there's a lot of benefits, and the first one is it increases muscle strength, it increases muscle endurance, strengthens your mental health, it improves bone health, it improves your mobility, improves connective tissue function. It also helps you to develop strong bones. Strength training can increase your bones density. It also helps to manage your weight, which by increasing your metabolism, it helps you to lose more weight. It helps to manage chronic conditions. It can reduce symptoms such as back pain, arthritis, obesity, depression, and even diabetes. So resistance training is an important component of exercise and has many positive effects on health and physical capacities. My quote is, "There is strong evidence that resistance training can mitigate the effects of aging on neuromuscular function and functional capacity." And my reference for that is the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research. Thank you.
Okay, so in conclusion, both strength training and strength conditioning have so many different and similar benefits to them. Some overall strengths is it's going to help your bones and it's going to help your muscles and get that like active physical strength to it. And also internally it's going to help, and it's going to help maintain your weight and have a healthy weight, and also fight against other chronic illnesses or conditions that someone may be going through. Maintaining a healthy diet is very important, and what you eat is so important, but it's important to not forget about how vital like the strength and conditioning aspect of one's life is, because you could be eating so healthy and not being on such a strict diet, but if you're not seeing those results, if you're not getting better with something, it might just be because you're not having that physical aspect in your life, and you're missing that training and conditioning. So that is our video about the differences and similarities and just the overall aspects of strength training and strength conditioning.